gotta see this. Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finesse a nigga with some counterfeits.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the German Muscle channel. So about a couple weeks ago, I fixed a dent that was in my fender and had to re-primer and paint everything because the paint was just all messed up. So when I painted it, I got this side really good, but I never got to wet sand and buff this area. So this is original paint and this is the paint that I painted. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and clean off the surface really good, give it a good wipe down, make sure there's no dirt or anything on it, and then I want to go and sand it down with 2000 grit sandpaper and blend it in on this area, and then I'm going to buff it out. So I'm going to try to avoid opening my door as much as I can because my battery's been dying, but I'm going to go ahead and sand this down real quick and get everything looking nice and shiny. Alright, you guys, so this is as good as it's going to get for right now because I have the little handheld buffer, and I mean, it works, but not as good as I would like. But right here is where I stopped painting at, and it's right on the curvature of the fender, so it's not really going to look like it did anything, but here in person it looks pretty brand new. But I can still see a little bit that needs to be buffed out, but I mean, that's pretty good for a little handheld buffer. So I didn't sand the top part right here, I just buffed it. But if you wet sand it really lightly and then buff it, it'll get rid of all that orange peel, and it'll make the paint pop. But like I said, this is as good as it's going to look until I can use my other buffer that I have. I have a buffer that's about a 10-inch one, and it works really good. So you can't really tell where I fixed the dent at, but it looks like I got more rock chips. So if you guys don't remember, I repainted from the turn signal all the way to right here, even that. So that just happened within a couple of times of me driving it. Haven't really driven it far, just down the block and back. But yeah, so I definitely want to get some protectant stuff on here. It's like Clear Brawl, I think that's what it's called. And I just want to do the whole front end of the car and the rocker panels in the bottom of the doors, and probably from like right here all the way down to the doors and the whole hood for sure. So this is what it looks like for now. Like I said, it's not bad, but it could be a lot better. But this is just little cheap stuff that I'm using. If you guys want a really good paint job, buy the expensive stuff. Trust me, if you're worried about what your car looks like, then the expensive stuff is worth it. It's worth the money. So there's a lot of sirens going on in the background if you guys can't hear it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the trunk. I'm gonna do that off camera just because it's really dirty. I'll show you guys real quick. So this is the trunk. It's full of pollen. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this down with some water. This is soapy water, by the way. And I'm going to clean it really thorough. Make sure I get all that stuff off. And then I'm going to wet sand and buff. I'm probably going to be out here for probably 40 minutes buffing this whole deck lid. It's not going to turn out pretty, but it'll get there. This definitely needs to be repainted. I didn't put enough coats on it. The quarter panels are going to get repainted. I actually ran out of paint when I was doing that. So, but if you look at the fender, compared to the rest of the car, I mean, that thing just looks brand new. Even though the car is dirty and the fender's clean and waxed. But yeah, that's pretty much how the whole car is going to look as soon as I get done with all the paint. So anyways, that's where I went into the video at, guys. Figured I'd show you guys how to blend paint. So from right here all the way up to the turn signal is spray paint can, and the rest is factory paint. So like I said, you can't really tell the difference because it is right there on that curve, which is the hardest part to try to convince people that is the clearest or whatever, shiniest. It's really hard to shine those up. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Boss like to get on my channel. Give your life to be a solidified. This motherfucking shit is like Rambo when he's out of bullets. So what good is a fucking machine gun when it's out of ammo?